Hi princess, welcome to my channel. If you've not subscribed, please do. I'm so excited to do this review, and today is a battle of brands. I have Pixi, Glow Tonic, and I have the Ordinary here. So we have the glycolic acid 7% toning solution from the Ordinary, and this is the Pixi Glow Tonic 5% glycolic acid exfoliating toner. Let's start with what they are. Okay, so when it comes to exfoliating products, I've said over and over again that is in a hierarchical order. We have salicylic acid, we have glycolic, we have lactic, and mandelic and other acids. And the salicylic acid is classified as a beta hydroxy acid, whereas the others are classified as alpha hydroxy acids. And amongst the alpha hydroxy acid, glycolic acid is seen as the most strongest in terms of potency and strength, followed by the lactic acid and the other acids. Again, even though it's potent, it also depends on the percentage that you find in the product. So a lot of brands are coming up with their glycolic. I've seen one from the Inky list, but I'm not really sure what theirs is. I just started to try the Pixi Glow Tonic because it's a rave, and I tried the glycolic from the Ordinary last year because it was all about this. So these two in my stash, let's talk about them. Let's start with the glycolic and the ingredients from the Ordinary. So it says the pH is 3.5 to 3.7 and is vegan and nut-free, silicone-free, cruelty-free, gluten-free, oil-free, and it's an alpha hydroxy acid that exfoliates the skin. It offers mild exfoliation for improved skin radiance and visible clarity. The formula also improves the appearance of the skin texture with continued use. And it also contains Tasmanian pepperberry derivative to help reduce irritation associated with acid use. And it should not be used on sensitive, peeling or compromised skin, and also use sun protection when you are using this. Now, it should be used ideally in the night, no more frequently than once a day. After cleaning, saturate a cotton pad with the formula and sweep across face and neck. Avoid the eye area, and then do not rinse off, and continue with your additional skincare treatments. I have a video of how I use this product, but last year was my favorite in terms of exfoliating, and it's still my favorite. However, I have used the lactic acid and salicylic acid, and I prefer those two to this one, simply because let me confess, when I use this and I don't use a sunscreen the next day, my skin gets sunburns. It does. When I use this and for whatever reason I do not protect my skin, there's a noticeable difference in my skin, my face. There's sunburn. That's why I don't like it. But in terms of effectiveness, oh my goodness, this won my heart. The whole experience with it has been good. I do not have sensitive skin, so it doesn't irritate my skin. It's very gentle. It exfoliates my skin. It helps me with my blemishes. However, I've noticed that when I have an already irritated skin, it doesn't help using this. It gets more aggravated. So when my skin got a bit of an issue, I had to stop using it. It didn't occur to me that I might be making the situation worse because I wanted to exfoliate. Then later on, I realized my skin was still bumpy, and I noticed that it wasn't going to be helpful to add acids to the skin. So I paused and just treated my skin without using it. Now the texture is like this. See the color, and the smell is just like chemical. There's nothing pleasant about it. It reminds me of just my chemistry lab smell. That's the smell. Okay, it's not something. Okay, it's just like it's a chemical. That's all I can say. So effectiveness, it works very well for my skin. I don't use it more than 2 times a week. Maximum 3 times a week is okay for me. And I have this soft, smooth skin anytime I use it. Okay, 2-3 days later, my skin feels so smooth, so soft, and I get excited. See, I'm really excited talking about it. That is the effect it has on my skin. I absolutely love this glycolic acid from the Ordinary. Will I continue using it? No, because the lactic acid is okay for my skin, but I don't regret getting this at all, like at all. And as I said, because I have been using it for so long, I'm able to tell immediately if it's working or not. So once my skin calms down and I start using it again, I get the effect. So if your skin is irritated or compromised, as they've indicated, do not use it to make it worse. Do I have any negatives? No. For the price point is awesome, because for this size and for that price, most shops in Ghana you get it at a very affordable price. And this is 8 fluid ounce, something you can something you can use for as long as the whole year. And it says 12 months after opening it goes bad, so a whole year to use this, I mean, is worth it. Now it comes with 2 tips. I just prefer using this one. Okay, so you can use this, and then comes with a second one when you buy the package. Is in there, whichever one you want to use, but I don't do that. I open it, just pour it on my cotton, and I'm done. And that's how I use it. So effectiveness, as I said, no irritation for me because I do not have sensitive skin. If you have sensitive skin, please do not go for this. Do not. I advise you go for the lactic acid 5% and work your way up to the 10% to use it, because this is very potent, very strong. 7% is also another aspect you have to consider. So for my non-sensitive skin followers, yeah, we can try this, and I love that it's working for me. It works for me. My skin has been good. It's been good for me. Now let's talk about, I'm going to talk about the Pixi, and then I'll compare the ingredients, okay, so that we know what those two have in common and what they do not have in common. So from the ingredients list for the Ordinary, water is 1, then glycolic acid is the second one, and then Rosa Damascena, rose water, rose flower water, whichever one comes in, and then there's also aloe and glycerin, and then the Tasmania leaf extract and all that. My focus usually is on the first 5. So there's glycolic, there's rose water to calm your skin. So I like that the Ordinary really paid attention to irritation, to calm the irritating aspect of their acids, which is very good. Now for the Pixi, again, they also have water as first ingredient, then glycolic acid, then they have sodium hydroxide, and then glycerin, okay, then also aloe leaf extract, and the list continues. So in terms of the first, say 8 ingredients or so, they are very similar, and they all contain aloe vera to help soothe and calm the skin to prevent irritation. So in terms of ingredient, this is how these two compare. They are very similar in the composition. Now let me talk about Pixi Glow Tonic. So I jumped on the bandwagon to get the Pixi Glow Tonic, and the direction says, this one says gently exfoliates and brightens, revealing healthy glowing skin for all skin types, and it's alcohol free and used night and day as needed or as needed. So after cleansing, apply with a cotton pad and avoid the eye area. This is the part that got me excited. That is for all skin types, and of course the 5% definitely, compared to the 7%, it means it's going to be less irritating. But for whatever reason, my skin doesn't like it. My skin, I have a love-hate relationship with Pixi. I don't know. When I got it, because it was supposed to be gentle, I used it every single night. then my skin got extremely dry. Now this dryness was more because I used it every day compared to the Ordinary, which will also leave my skin dry but not extremely dry. This just leaves my skin extremely dry. Now with the Ordinary, my skin feels smooth, soft. The next day, okay, right after using it in the night, the next day I have an immediate feel effect. This takes about 3 to 4 days for me to see the impact, and the dryness can last that long. And that is why I said I have a love-hate relationship. So I'll get the exfoliating effect, but it is not immediate like the Ordinary Glycolic Toning Solution. So this can take, as I said, 2 to 3 days for me to see the impact. The Glycolic Toning Solution from the Ordinary, the next day my skin is just looking soft and smooth. The reason why I also don't like this is it doesn't irritate the skin or anything like that, okay, but the dryness should have been stated. They should have indicated that it could be drying for certain skin types, and for those with oily skin, there will be no problem. Those with dry skin, it might be a bit of a challenge, and for me with my normal skin, it is a challenge. When my skin is that dry, it takes a lot to keep it hydrated or rehydrated. That's just a challenge. So that's the only thing I don't like about it. Other than that, it does exfoliate. It keeps my skin clear and good. But the dryness is just too much for my skin. And I believe the difference is because the Ordinary has the Tasmanian pepperberry for that irritation to really mitigate the impact of the dryness. And I guess that is the difference. I am not a skincare expert. This is just from my personal experience and what I know. So whereas I'll score the Ordinary 9 out of 10, I'll give this 7 out of 10 because of the irritation I get. But when it comes to the exfoliating effect, they both exfoliate my skin. It's just that the Ordinary just gives me that immediate effect. Now the glow. This is where the Pixi for me is better. I realized that when I use the Pixi, I'm able to use it night or day. Day or night, it works. No irritation, none whatsoever when I apply it. You can't use the Ordinary like that in the daytime. I tried. No. Don't try it. It won't go well with you. But the Pixi, you can use it either day or night, which I like because it's not every night I want to use acids. And if I want to exfoliate during the day, then this will be a better option. And that is the reason why I like this when it comes to usage. So yeah, for me, if I can use it daytime and still get the exfoliating effect, I'm all for it. And this, as I said, this is the part where I'll pick Pixi over the Ordinary. At least I know how my skin feels and I know I can use it daytime. So what I do is when I exfoliate like that, the next day I use a lot of moisturizing products. I have I think 2 creams that I use to help restore the skin back to its normal state because of the dryness, right? But apart from that, I don't have a problem with it. Now let's talk about smell. Again, a lot of people will take this over the Ordinary. This has a very sweet scent. Smells good. It reminds me of my shower gel. That's the smell. It's flurry. It's so sweet and calming and soothing. So when you're even applying it, you're not thinking, oh, I'm using an acid. It just feels like, oh, I'm using just a product on my skin, which is good. So I guess I have talked about these 2, the Pixi and the Ordinary's glycolic acids. Okay, so which one will I go for? As I said, lactic acid works for me, so I'll be going back to that. But I'm definitely going to be using them, or I'll probably give to my friend who is also just a fanatic when it comes to skincare, or my sister, just for them to also try it, because I've used almost half of this, like almost half, and this is almost finished. Yeah, it's like that with my products. I go hardcore when I'm going to exfoliate, but on the whole I love these two. As I said, the love hate is because I love it because it will exfoliate my skin. My skin will look good in 2-3 days time, but the dryness in between is a no. I love this because I get to see the impact the next day, right there and then. But these two, when it comes to the brightening, yes, they do help to brighten the skin. And my skin has been glowing lately because I realized I pay more attention to how it feels when I use any other product. And when I use these, I'm able to tell my skin is looking good. Like, I'm able to tell. Okay, so that is it. I think I've talked about both. Will I recommend them? As I said, this is for those with sensitive skin, normal skin. This is going to be very good for those with oily skin, and also for those with non-sensitive skin. But in terms of irritation, this for me is less drying compared to the Pixi Glow Tonic Glycolic Acid. The Ordinary is less drying compared to this, but effectiveness, they work the same. You just have to pay attention to your sunscreen when you're using it. And yes, I've learned to use sunscreen anytime I use any of these. Like, I don't miss my sunscreens. Okay, I don't. After noticing that pattern, I go hard on my sunscreens. So I think I've covered everything from how to use it to how my skin feels. If you have questions, please drop them. If you've used any of them, let me know how your skin reacted, and also let me know what your favorite product is from the Ordinary or the Pixi Glow, so I'll know which one to try. Oh, as for the Ordinary, I've tried a lot, so I'll be reviewing 2 more products from that range, and then we'll go. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope I made it easy for you to know how these toners work, and I have a video of how I use the glycolic acid toning solution. That's why I didn't go into details, but if you want to use it, make sure you cleanse your skin, then you apply it, allow for about 30 minutes to an hour for it to really dry, and then follow up with your face oil. That is what I do. I like to use my face oil compared to the creams. I feel like the oils do not interfere in the process, so I just wash, apply, put on my oil, and I'm off. Even for the Pixi, I like to use it at night compared to daytime, but if I have to use it during the day, I make sure it's going to be when I'll be indoors, so that I don't have to go out. So that is it. So, but just check the full video to see how I use it. Don't forget to subscribe if you've not. Stay blessed, nothing less. Bye bye.